everybody, welcome back to my channel. So this is Avalon's 16th ride, third ride here at the arena, and she's been out a total of 5 times. So I get on and let her just stand there for a little bit, but we do have some issues throughout this video that I'm still figuring out how to fix with her, and she's still figuring out what I'm asking. Obviously start off walk, trot, canter, and just get her a little bit warmed up and paying attention. She's got a really fast trot. It does not look like it in the camera, but when you're riding it, it is so fast. It's so speedy, it's so quick. It's a little hard to kind of sit. So right there, she cantered a little too quick, and I picked up on the reins, and she just fought me. That's one of the issues, is she divots her nose out and just fights when you add pressure to the bit. And so I just back her up when she does that and keep pressure until she quiets down a little bit. You'll see in the beginning here, I'm keeping my reins a little tight, and that's just because, same thing, like when I give her that little bit of a loose rein, she just takes off, and she's really fast, and like you guys seen, when I pick up that rein and make contact, she throws her head around, throws a fit. So if the reins are already kind of tight, I don't have to pull back as much if she were to take off. So we're still figuring it out. I'm trying to figure out what works for her. It's a process. She's got a beautiful canter. Nice and round. She kind of holds her circle better this way than the other way, as you guys will get to see. This nice stop right there. She throws me on my seat. Going this way, she gets a little quick. I pick up the reins, and again, she's shaking her head, just trying to get out of that pressure. So I just back her up. So same thing here. I'm just asking her to kind of go closer over to the fence, and she's just flat out fighting me. Fighting the bit, fighting my hands. So I kind of just have to give her a couple of bumps and then let her go, just to give her a quick correction. So here I'm just kind of working on extending her circles out further down the arena so we can get more in an open area, kind of away from the fences, and make her actually have to hold herself without depending on the fence on the one side as much. And we get pretty far out, and she's doing great going this way. And we're kind of doing some ovals and some circles, just switching it up. I'm not really letting her go straight because she's still kind of yanking against me, and I'm afraid that if she gets a whole lot of speed going straight, maybe I won't be able to stop her. So for now, we're just doing circles. We got almost down to the end, doing these huge ovals. And she got a pretty good sweat, too. So she got a nice, good workout. So right here's another good stop. So going this way, she kind of either breaks down to a trot, which is fine. Each horse has a weak side and a strong side. Or she won't go out further and kind of round herself the way she does on the other side. Again, they all have a good side and a bad side. So I'm trying to kind of help her out and just get her to go out a little bit further so she can have a huge oval, huge circle, and she just starts taking her head down and taking the bit away from me. So I keep up the pressure and ask her to back up. When she calms down, then I just allow her to walk a little bit and settle down a little bit and think about what's being asked. Instead of just pushing her right back up to it and working her, I want her to think for a minute. So here I bring her kind of closer down where we've been working, and I'm just asking her to kind of go out a little bit, and you can see her fighting me, pulling against the bit and pulling on me. When she does that, I just kind of keep my hands where they're at until she quits. So here she actually kept herself around, going her bad way, kept her pace. It was a larger area. Finally, we got somewhere. Really, really good. Also wanted to jump in here and say her teeth have been checked. She's been vetted. So this head thing, I believe, is just behavioral. behavioral, and I feel like it's a mix of me not releasing quick enough and just her testing on top of that. So I just wanted to throw that in here before anybody commented about it. Yes, she's been vetted and checked, had her teeth checked just last week. So here's kind of an example of why I don't let her go straight. She sped up right there when I was letting her go straight. You can see when I picked up the reins, she just kind of just took off. I ran her into the fence and made her turn into the fence a little bit, and then I hear him asking her to back up and just kind of soften her head, soften her mouth a little bit, and it took quite a bit. I actually had to pop on her a little bit to get her to soften. That's why we're mostly doing circles right now. So that right there was much better. If you could tell, I was on a looser rein. This ride is 56 minutes total, almost an hour. She worked up a good sweat, and towards the end here, I was actually able to let her kind of go and do her own thing. I was able to loosen that rein without her speeding up. There was a little bit of the canter where she would try to speed up, and I'd give her a little bump, and she would slow right back down. Here, I just let her stand and have a rest for, I think it was like 5 minutes, just catching her breath, because this was a lot of trotting and cantering in this hour, because she's just high strung and fighting me a lot. So here's me cantering on the loose rein, going this way. I do have to do, like I said, a little bit of steering here and there, but other than that, the reins were way looser than they were the rest of the ride. Super happy that we can end the ride on this note and not end it with a head fight. And same thing here, she's keeping a nice quiet pace. She's not speeding up. The reins are way looser, and I'm not having to pull and tug on her and fight with her. There's a lot of head fighting in this video. But we'll get there. But I slowed this down so you can see the reins are so much looser. So happy we could end on that note instead of a tense note. Eventually, she'll start to get quieter and softer like this in the beginning of the rides, but like I said, she's 3. It's windy and 60 degrees out. It's a new area, and it was an hour ride, so it's a good workout for her. But, you know, you can't expect a ton out of them, but there's some things we can definitely work on with her, and I'm just really happy that we could end it on this note.